Two prejudiced officers, Mark Riley and Alex Carter, tie a black man to a pole in a mocking display of power, unaware that the man they humiliate is the new sheriff of their department. When the truth comes to light, the revelation shakes their world and sets in motion events that change everything forever. This story is not only a lesson in justice, but a powerful reminder of the dangers of prejudice and the strength of truth. Before diving into this gripping tale of justice, redemption, and resilience, let us know where you're watching from in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on more profound and unforgettable stories. Laughter echoed through the empty parking lot as officers Mark Riley and Alex Carter sneered at the tall black man before them. His once immaculate suit was now sullied with dirt. They had tied him to a pole with a coarse rope, treating him as the subject of their twisted joke. "So, you like playing the hero, huh?" Riley jeered, pulling the rope tighter, the fibers digging into the man's wrists. "Let's see how long you can keep that hero act up," Carter added, snapping pictures with his phone. The man said nothing, his posture straight and dignified, his calm presence contrasting sharply with the officer's mockery. The dim parking lot lights caught the steely determination in his gaze. Riley leaned in closer, his breath hot on the man's face. "Not so talkative now, huh? Realizing this place isn't meant for someone like you?" At last, the man spoke, his voice measured and commanding. "You're making a grave mistake." The air seemed to shift. Riley's smirk faltered, but Carter scoffed. "A big mistake? And who do you think you are? Some superhero?" Before another word was exchanged, footsteps approached. Officer Daniel Blake, a fresh recruit, stepped into the dim light. His flashlight scanned the scene, stopping on the tied man. "What's going on here?" Blake's voice was firm. "Just teaching him a lesson," Riley replied, feigning nonchalance. Blake's flashlight caught something shiny under the man's coat. His eyes widened in recognition. "Wait a minute. That's Chief Marcus Bennett. He's our new sheriff." Riley and Carter went pale, their smugness replaced by dawning horror. "What?" Carter stammered, barely able to comprehend what he had just heard. Chief Bennett met their eyes with an unyielding stare. "I warned you," he said quietly, his voice laced with authority. "Now, you will face the consequences." With a deliberate motion, Bennett revealed a small hidden camera pinned to his lapel. Every insult, every act of degradation had been recorded. Without a word, Blake moved to untie the ropes, leaving Riley and Carter frozen in place, dread written across their faces. Chief Marcus Bennett walked out of the parking lot, his calm demeanor masking a whirlwind of thoughts. This incident was more than just an isolated act of prejudice. It was a symptom of the deep corruption that had taken root in the Cedar Valley Police Department, a department he had been specifically brought in to reform. Cedar Valley, once a peaceful town, had become a hub of controversy. Reports of abuse of power, racial discrimination, and corruption had tarnished the community's trust in its protectors. Bennett, a decorated war veteran and model officer, had been entrusted with the monumental task of restoring integrity to the department. As Bennett prepared for his first official day as sheriff, he reviewed the footage from his hidden camera. Every second of it was a damning indictment of the toxic culture he had been tasked to dismantle. He knew this was only the beginning of an uphill battle. The next morning, Bennett stood before the assembled officers in the Cedar Valley Police Headquarters. The room fell silent as he introduced himself. "Good morning," Bennett began, his voice calm but firm. "I am Chief Marcus Bennett. As of today, I am in charge of this department." His piercing gaze swept across the room. Many officers avoided his eyes, especially Riley and Carter, who stood at the back, their heads bowed. "I am here to reform this department," Bennett continued. "From this moment forward, we will hold ourselves to the highest standards of integrity and accountability. For those unwilling to change, there will be consequences." Later that afternoon, Bennett convened a meeting with the department's senior officers, including Sergeant Kevin Ross, a longtime veteran. "I need the disciplinary records of every officer on my desk by the end of the day," Bennett instructed, "and I want a review of all unresolved citizen complaints from the past 5 years." Ross hesitated, With all due respect, Chief, delving into past issues could damage the morale of the department. Bennett's expression hardened. If this department had any morale, I wouldn't be here. My priority is justice, not preserving the status quo. As the meeting concluded, Bennett turned his focus to the footage from his hidden camera. Every taunt and smirk from Riley and Carter replayed in his mind. He knew their actions represented a much larger problem, one he was determined to address. Over the next few weeks, Bennett's efforts uncovered systemic issues within the department: financial discrepancies, ignored complaints, and questionable ties to local criminal groups painted a grim picture. With the help of Detective Emily Carter, a principled investigator, Bennett began piecing together the full scope of corruption. One night, as Bennett worked late in his office, he discovered a listening device hidden in his desk clock. It was a chilling reminder that his enemies were closer than he had imagined. Calling in Detective Carter, Bennett initiated a covert investigation to root out the mole within the department. The pressure escalated when Bennett received a threatening video from Lucas Kane, the leader of a local crime syndicate. The video showed Kane holding Bennett's wife and daughter hostage. "You have 24 hours to stop your investigation, or they pay the price," Kane warned, his voice dripping with malice. Bennett's resolve hardened. With the help of Carter and FBI agent Doug Miller, Bennett launched a daring rescue operation. Despite the danger, they successfully freed his family, dismantling a key operation of Kane's syndicate in the process. In the weeks that followed, Bennett's relentless pursuit of justice led to the arrest of Lucas Kane and several corrupt officers. However, his investigation unveiled an even more insidious truth. The town's esteemed mayor, Richard Hawthorne, was deeply entwined with the criminal network. When confronted, Hawthorne's smug facade cracked. "You can't touch me," he sneered. "I'm untouchable." Bennett's response was unwavering. No one is untouchable when it comes to justice. Through meticulous investigation and with the support of the FBI, Bennett exposed Hawthorne's crimes, bringing him to justice and restoring hope to Cedar Valley. As the town began to heal, Bennett addressed the community at a public gathering. "Cedar Valley has faced dark times, but together, we can rebuild. Justice isn't just a duty, it's a promise to future generations." The crowd's applause echoed through the square, a symbol of renewed hope. Chief Marcus Bennett's journey is a testament to the power of resilience and the pursuit of justice. While the battle for Cedar Valley's soul has been won, the fight against corruption is far from over. As Bennett gazes toward the future, he knows the path forward will be challenging, but his resolve remains unshaken.